We're getting toward the end, and these are some of the most important things of all. You must read all the time. You have so many resources with the internet. You do it off your phone. Also be prepared to get something in hard copy. So for example, if you're on internal medicine, you're not going to carry around a 2,200 page Harrison's text. But by the same token, there's kind of the little pocket manuals. And you don't just read by topic. That's the most important thing I can teach you. You find a field and you read cover to cover. When I was a critical care fellow, I took a radiology book. I took the premier book in radiology, and I read it cover to cover. I could have just concentrated on the section of, particular chest x-rays, but I read it cover to cover. In primary care fields, sometimes it's the only exposure you ever have to a topic is because you read about it. You're going to see a lot of diseases that if you didn't read about them, you're not going to have a clue. So I remember as a resident, there was I forget where the person had what country the person had just come from, and I go on down to the ER and they said, "What is that?" And I look in the patient's eye and there's a little worm crawling across their eye. And I said, "Oh, I just read about that. It's Loa Loa." And it's very impressive if you can come up with this stuff. And it's the only way you're ever going to see some of these things. And I don't have to tell you, if you read the newspaper now, with travel, rare viruses, parasites, bacteria, drug-resistant bacteria with bizarre drug resistance patterns. This is the hot topic in world medicine. And the only way you're going to learn about this is that you're reading something cover to cover. If you just say, "Well, I got a patient with hypertension, I'm going to read about hypertension." Well, in America, all you're going to end up doing is reading about hypertension, obesity, and diabetes, and you're not going to, you'll be able to take care of 95% of your patients, but there's more out there, and that's what reading does. I love medical books, and I revere the concept of medical education and medical knowledge, but you can't revere the look of the book. You can take texts and journals and I tear them apart and I carry them around with me. And if I get 10 minutes waiting for a lecture, I become the world's expert on a particular topic because I've read everything about it. And that's what you have to do.